Hello, and welcome to the presentation of the paper titled Industry 4.0, Circular Economy and Tourism. My name is Alfonso Vargas, and I work for the Spanish University of Huelva. Perhaps some of you remind me as the host and organizer of this conference 3 years ago. The agenda is structured in 5 sections: introduction, theoretical framework, startups in the circular economy sector in Spain, some examples of potential application of tourism, and finally, conclusions reached. First of all, to introduce the content of this work, it is necessary to make explicit that it is framed at the intersection between Industry 4.0, the circular economy, and tourism, with the aim of demonstrating how the technological developments of the fourth industrial revolution are driving the application of the principles of the circular economy in the tourism sector. Within the theoretical framework delimited by the aforementioned intersection, the Go Circular Radar project was selected to achieve that aim. This project was recently launched in Spain with the participation of 165 startups in the circular economy sector as of 30 September 2021. They set up, therefore, the target population in the core part of this study. Moving into the theoretical framework, this figure intends to show the relationship between all the concepts involved. Starting with Industry 4.0, although there is no unanimous definition of this concept, it usually refers to modern automation systems, data exchanges, and technologies that address digital transformation. Its application to the tourist industry gives birth to the term Tourism 4.0, which has led to a new management paradigm known as smart tourism. Thereby, smart tourism, on the basis of an advanced digital space, makes possible the application of a data-intensive logic of all kinds of problem analysis and decision-making in order to improve the tourist experience and the quality of life of residents in host communities, with the values of innovation and sustainability as guides. Consequently, being smart also means being sustainable, for which the circular economy is a seemingly inevitable path. The circular economy could be defined as a model in which the value of products, materials, and resources are kept in the economy for as long as possible, minimizing the generation of waste by applying a series of principles such as of reduce, reuse, recycle, and other R's. It is assumed, in short, that the technological development of Tourism 4.0, with its smart paradigm and the circular economy, must go hand in hand to advance in the fulfillment of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, such as number 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, 13, Climate Action, and others. Nevertheless, the literature review shows that the integration between smart tourism and the circular economy is still an under-researched topic, since the implications of their convergence have not been sufficiently investigated. The research gap is still notable. Clearly, all this represents an enormous challenge, and dealing with it requires the creation of circular and smart ecosystems through collaboration between companies and other agents, even from different sectors. The startup Circularity located in Italy, provides a good example of the reverse symbiosis for the creation of a smart and circular ecosystem. Through an online platform, companies can enter their waste and buy products and find the best partner between recovery plants, transporters, and users who can take charge of them and insert them into new production cycles. With regard to the Spanish startups in the circular economy sector, the Go Circular Radar project has recently created the first map of startups in that sector. To be part of it, the requirements are threefold. To be established and be less than 10 years old, to have a high level of innovation in their products or business models, and to offer a portfolio of solutions that can contribute to the circular economy. This community has been growing steadily, and at the end of September 2021, 165 companies were registered. Almost all of them, 92%, located in Spain, although with some exceptions, such as the referred to in the previous slide and another that will be mentioned later. 4 notes follow to characterize this population. Almost 2/3 of it was set up from 2017 onwards, with 2020 being the year with the highest number of registrations. These simple data offer a clear perspective about the age, youth, in fact, of this community. The main areas of activity are manufacturing, 1/3 of them, and technology development, that accounts for a 23%. In terms of the stage of the value chain in which they operate, the breakdown available shows that recycling and second life is the most significant, 38% of the startups, followed by eco-design, new materials, and manufacturing with 32%. Finally, the electronics and information and communication technology value chain is the most frequented, although the dispersion is large in this respect. A couple of cases that exemplifies the convergence between Industry 4.0 and the circular economy are displayed in this slide. The first corresponds to the technology firm ITAM, which has patented a traceability system known as QR tracing. This system makes possible the comprehensive traceability of packaging, containers, and other industrial assets in real time by reading QR codes in each of the phases to which they are subjected. The data collected is processed from a cloud platform accessible from any device connected to the internet. From the point of view of circularity, it allows to know the status and location of each asset in any time, facilitating its reuse or the management of its recycling. The second case alludes to the startup RD Nest, which main activity is the development of hardware and software solutions in the Industry 4.0 domain, sensorization, and so on, with applications in the circular economy projects, among others. For instance, waste management is part of its solutions through container filling sensors and calculation of optimal collection routes. 8 startups that offer solutions applied or applicable to circular economy companies and destinations have been extracted in this study. which are displayed in this slide. One of them, Orbist, is based in the Netherlands and will be referred later in more detail. As we can see in this table, technology development and manufacturing are their main activities, with half of them focused on the value chain of water, food, and nutrients, and specifically in the consumption stage of that value chain. Other two firms work in the stage of recycling and second life. In some cases, it's noticeable how technologies 4.0, artificial intelligence, mobile apps, etc., are at the service of the application of certain circular economy objectives, such as reducing food waste, reuse of certain products, and environmental regeneration. Let me take as anticipated the example of Orbisk. This firm claims to have developed the world's first fully automated food waste monitor. As we can notice in the images included in this slide, the waste bin in hospitality units, catering companies, etc., is equipped with a scale and a smart camera. The camera runs an artificial intelligence algorithm for image recognition that identifies ingredients, records what and how much food is wasted, as well as when and why. This information can be used to find inefficiencies in the food supply process. In addition, a dashboard helps to balance portions, optimize storage, and plan more efficiently, with the corresponding saving of food waste and money. With the help of the Canvas technique, the business model of this startup has been elaborated with the classical 9 components of the Canvas business model generator. A reminder of its value proposition summarizes this example. An automatic monitor to reduce food waste and save money, registering what and how much food is wasted, as well as when and why, through a camera with an artificial intelligence image recognition algorithm. 3 final ideas to conclude. The first is that the literature has highlighted how key enabled technologies of Industry 4.0 can be useful to accelerate some circular economy objectives. However, how companies can apply these technologies for that purpose remains a research question to be explored, with a marked lack of empirical evidence at the level of, for example, their impact on business models. Secondly, focusing on the startups related to the circular economy that are most closely linked to technology development and tourism, the preliminary conclusion is that the use of the most innovative technologies is at an early stage, still focused, with some exceptions, on mobile apps and e-commerce solutions. Therefore, the potential for growth in the application of 4.0 technologies remains very large. And finally, the reduction of food waste has emerged as the most focused objective so far. Also, business models based on the product as a service concept, that's it, pay as you go or rental, are also spreading in the tourist sector. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope that this presentation has been of your interest, and I keep at your disposal for any question or further information you require from me. Bye for now, with my warmest regards.